When the skies are blue.
One, two, three.
Ooh, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute. Guys, we have a new theme. We've got a new show. It's called Rolling on the Road Special Edition. And we have a new voiceover.
You're tuned into Rolling on the Road Special Edition with Dr. Kimberly Barrington. Take it away.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Don't you just love it? I love it. I love it. I love it. I cried. I've been crying since last week when I did my final show for the regular Rolling on the Road. It has been rolling for 6 years. So you are my first guest, official guest, as Rolling on the Road, the special edition. And this is called Mocktails with the Candidates. And I know all of my faithful viewers are saying, wait a minute, this is not 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I know. But guess what? When you're hanging out with politicians, when you run with the big dogs, you got to do what the big dogs do. You got to meet them where they are. So we got to meet Haley Stevens, our Congresswoman, where she is. Welcome. How are you today?
Oh my gosh, I am doing just great, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for this special opportunity to connect in. This is so energizing. This is wonderful.
I love it. I'm going to say, in my father's words, in the late Dr. I should say Reverend Dr. Bishop Walter C. Durham, my daddy would say, I would say, Daddy, how you doing? He said, well, daughter, I am honeymoon happy, peacock proud, and I am at my best.
Mm. Cheers to that. Rubber stamp that. Double click.
Yes. I said, really? You got to be that extra? But now, when I think about it, it's hilarious. But that's how we would always start our conversations. But I have a special guest here that wants to ask you a question. When I told her that you were coming on the show, she got excited. Hold on.
This is great.
Good morning, Auntie. How you doing? We have Congresswoman Haley Stevens here, and you wanted to be on the show today as my collaborative partner. So she's my collaborative partner. I'm telling you, at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, we are just hee and ha and giggling about all kinds of stuff. But you had a question that you wanted to ask. Let's see.
This is fun.
Okay. Oh my goodness, she's still talking.
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go.
Good morning, Dr. Kimberly, and good morning, Congresswoman Haley Stevens. As Dr. Kimberly's collaborative partner, I would be honored to ask this. Congresswoman Stevens, technology and AI are moving incredibly fast. For many people with disabilities, veterans, seniors, and caregivers, AI has the potential to increase independence, improve access to information, and reduce isolation. At the same time, many people are concerned about being left behind or replaced by technology. What role do you believe government, industry, and community leaders should play in ensuring that AI becomes a tool of inclusion rather than another source of inequality? And if you'll allow me one follow-up, how can communities like the disability community be brought to the table early in the development of emerging technologies instead of being asked to adapt after the decisions have already been made? Dr. Kimberly, I like that question because it gets beyond politics and into people. It speaks directly to what you've been teaching on Rolling on the Road. Bring AI to a community that already knows how to adapt. Now y'all go have yourselves a conversation.
That's a first. That is a first, and it will never be forgotten. That's amazing. Well, I'm thinking you got over.
Wait a minute. Watch this.
This is so cool.
Watch okay, let me go back. Because Auntie, Didn't nobody tell you to say all of that? You had one little old question to ask, and you came with this whole monologue for rep. No, she's a congresswoman. Let's get this straight. You came up with this whole big monologue. What is that about? Here we go. What is she saying? She's so naughty.
Dr. Kimberly, you said, Auntie, do you have a question? And I showed up like I was testifying before Congress, defending a dissertation and accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award all at the same time. You are absolutely right. If I was sitting at your table live, my question would have been, Congresswoman Stevens, what is one issue affecting everyday people that doesn't get nearly enough attention in Washington? That's it. One question. Short, clean, simple. Instead, Auntie climbed up on the soapbox and gave an introduction, a preamble, a mission statement, 3 talking points, 2 follow-ups, and a benediction. You would have been looking at your phone like, Auntie, wrap it up. The commercial break is coming. Now quit fussing at me and go interview the Congresswoman. And if she asks whether I have another question, tell her, no, ma'am, Auntie has already used up her allotted speaking time for this segment.
Okay, here I'm thinking, because I know you're such a doer and a writer and an intellectual. So you're saying, oh, I got this collaborator, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, she must have a friend in California or something, someone on the West Coast. But you know what? All of what was just mentioned, Dr. Kimberly, was important. And I will tell you from I'm in my 8th year in Congress, and on behalf of the great people of Michigan, we know that we are an innovation powerhouse as a state. Sometimes we get overlooked, but from the west side of the state with all that great biotech and, engineering and craftsmanship that goes on to, the east side of our state, same thing, great universities. This has been capabilities to harness. And what I have always wanted to see is Michigan leadership and American leadership at the world stage driving, these innovations of the future and putting up the guardrails. As Auntie mentioned, I want to see someone like you, Dr. Kimberly, literally someone like you, because I'm on the AI task force, I'm on the Science, Space, and Technology Committee, and how we use this technology to improve people's lives, but overcome bias, to understand diversity and inclusion. To hear from one of the leading intellectuals in our state on disability, and that's you. And yeah, no, you are. You and Auntie can both come and testify.
Wait a minute. Do you want me to tell her that? Because she'll have something to say about that.
Oh boy. No, you don't need to. It's okay. Because you know what? Then she's, but look, this is really important because we want to continue to improve the equality and the quality of people's lives, the outcome of people's lives. And I am so deeply passionate about disability rights, doing work in the disability community. It's also why I've sat on the Education and Labor Committee the whole time I've been in the Congress. And, this is frankly why I'm putting up my hand in this moment for a bigger role, because I want to put these issues front and center. So the way you and Auntie have just described it is so spot on. It is so spot on. Let's make sure that we've got the right voices, the right intellectuals at the table with the ethics and the guardrails and the guidelines. And then let's democratize and let's make it accessible. And by the way, when we're trying to build up the infrastructure around AI, let's make sure it can lower everyone's costs, so we don't just see wealth concentrated at the tippy top, but that we've got, or technology just concentrated with a few. We want democratized, accessible technology that can really improve people's lives. And we can work on this together. So I'm fired up on that. But I do think one question that, or one issue rather, that is not getting enough attention in Congress, as Auntie asked, and does not have enough discipline around it, is this rising cost scenario that we are in at every turn. Here you've got, access to this technology. Maybe you subscribe, maybe you have a membership fee. A lot of things have a membership fee right now, but
Well,
it's
you know what, Haley? I'm going to tell you this. It is the free version. You may get 20 hours per day, I think it is, or 10 hours. It's based on hours. I'm not sure how many hours it is. But if you get the subscription, which is $20 a month, then it's unlimited. And I'm telling you, it is worth the $20. I think that $20 is
Okay.
a good price point. It is,
That's
especially
fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But
it's not exorbitant. Some of the ones, they want to charge you by the week. And I kind of got caught up in some of those, and I had to immediately hit, cancel. And then I got my money back. They were really good about, repaying the money. Oh, but I do want to say hello. We have a viewer from Bel Air, Maryland. Her name is Shayna, and she's watching the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, Shayna, all the way from Maryland.
Good to have Shayna here. No, I just think more broadly, like that's a great example of accessible, helpful, affordable, more than affordable technology. But
you know what? One of the things that we did was the first show that I did to roll it out. I did 3 shows. The first one was to kind of introduce it. The second one, we had a young man. So it was the young man that was teaching us the whole time. Mind you, I've only had 3 weeks to learn how to use this technology, and look how well it's working for me. So I just want to say that first. But when he introduced it, I said, how are we going to do it? So on the show live, number one, we created a grocery. We said we only had $100 a week to spend for groceries. So it created us a grocery list that came in under $100. Then we asked it to plan meals for us based off of that grocery list.
It's something else.
And can you make it so that it is accessible for those who are visually challenged or low vision or no vision? And in less than 3 minutes, it didn't even take 3 minutes. It came through in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. It up on the screen came this grocery list that was under $100, and it gave us meal plans for 7 days, and it gave us a list of all the foods that we needed to purchase. And then on top of that, they gave us heart healthy food and diabetic friendly food.
Okay, you know what? I think you might need to, train the user. Okay. I mean, no, seriously, that's amazing, because people are dealing with this at the store. And, I have a bill, I call it no tariffs on groceries. I've got a bill on the utilities, because that your utility payment is through the roof right now, electricity, they need to modernize the grid. And I just think that is something that we do not see the leaders in Washington right now, electricity.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. I don't think we see them taking that as seriously as they should. It kind of feels like, an elite exclusive group of billionaires who are just doing things for the billionaires. And I don't know if that is the intention, but when I see, Michiganders, $5 a gallon on gas, Medicaid being cut for billionaire tax cuts, I'm thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. And what you just educated me on for how technology can be used for a very specific purpose to relieve, a burden, because we all know we deal with so many choices. And so it's like, well, here's the meals. Here's what's heart healthy. Oh, by the way, this technology is helping those who have visual impairments, which are very real. And we have some good policies in place. here in Michigan to support the visually impaired, but we need to do more. And, we need to keep investing in the social safety net. That's a big passion of mine, big passion.
We have a note here from Joetta.
Uh-oh.
She says that you have a hard out at 12:15.
Do I?
We have
What time?
less, and it's 12:10.
Oh, geez.
Yes. But wait a minute. We may have a question though, or a comment. Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, we actually have Jason Lee, who's on the line. He says, hello. He's the young man who taught me how to use Chat GPT. He taught me how to use.
Jason, you keep teaching more people because now Dr. Kimberly's teaching me. And we're saving on costs. Even with, some of these guys who are a little out of touch in Washington not doing enough.
So thank you so much, Jason, for teaching me. But I want to at least ask one question. And it was supposed to be, let's talk about you as the candidate. What is some of your favorite foods to eat?
Oh boy. I make sure I get my greens. I do love greens, and I was drinking my green smoothie over here. I love yogurt. I get my protein that way. I love fresh, healthy foods, but it's a battle to get access, right? We all deal with it. And there's some great health centers across Michigan who make sure that we have access to healthy foods. Anything Michigan grown, those cherries up north.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get some today.
Let's go get some cherries.
Let's do that. What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Oh my gosh. I loved that Friday night sweep. I know Family Matters was on. I think Saved by the Bell was on Saturday mornings. I just loved all those classic 90s shows, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh
my goodness. Yes.
As a little kid, Wonder Years,
With Wendy.
Yes.
I love Wendy.
She's like your type of woman because she's a woman in STEM in real life. Like she's brilliant.
I loved Wendy. Out of all of the characters, I loved Wendy. She was my favorite. And plus I had hair envy, she had that pretty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I had a little hair envy going on there. I just have to say. Do you have a nickname that your family calls you that you can tell us?
Oh my gosh, I'm happy to share it because it's my dad's nickname for me. My dad's nickname for me is Conehead because, when I was a little one, they had to put a little cap on my head. And so that was, the Conehead thing was out around then. And then my mom calls me Froggy sometimes.
That's too cute.
Yeah. Yep.
How did you get Froggy?
I don't know, but my mom's a really talented artist. So she'd always draw these little frogs and she just called me her Froggy. It's usually in notes. It's not usually verbally. Like my dad will write me a note and say, "Dear Conehead." And then my mom will say, "Dear Froggy."
Oh, that is so cute. What keeps you up at night?
Oh, I've got a couple. One is who do I need to help who I am not hearing from, and how can I connect with them? How can I let them know that I am here for them and that they matter and what they need matters? A lot of times with a member of Congress, and maybe you learned this through your life and this great career you've had, Dr. Kimberly, because sometimes people think it's like a special favor to, just ask a member of Congress to do their job, right? Can you help me with Social Security? Can you help me with a VA claim? And they're not special favors, right? That is part of our job. What are you living through and going through that maybe federal legislation that I can draft can improve for you? So this is, you're in a rigorous conversation with people and dialogue. Then the other thing that keeps me up is, I get worried about, who I need to, just let know I'm fighting to lower their costs, that I'm, fighting to, make their lives better. That's just, the gratitudes, you got to let people know you're grateful for them.
Okay, Jason has a comment. I want you to read it out loud.
Oh, I see it popped up. Wow, you guys are amazing and you all rock.
And
Well,
then,
this is people power.
all right, we have one from Daphne Gaddy. You see it? Okay, wait a minute. There it is. You see that?
Wait, oh, hello, beautiful ladies. Well, back at you, Daphne.
All righty. This is you. You have to go. It is 12:16,
Oh,
but so I'm keeping time. I am Joetta. I am keeping time. I got this because we do want you to come back again.
I do want to come back. Can we
right
do that?
before, so we do want to get some time in. But 5 years from now, what do you want people to remember about you? We're going to remember this day. She was on Dr. Kimberly's show, and oh my goodness, those two were a hoot talking to Auntie. What do you want them to remember about you 5 years from now?
Look, I really believe in the Maya Angelou quote. People don't remember exactly what you wore. They don't remember exactly what you said,
But
but
they'll
they
remember how
remember.
you made them feel.
So
Yes.
Haley Stevens had some good vibes with Dr. Kimberly Barrington.
Yes, they even quoted Maya Angelou together.
This is great, but I look forward to getting back with you too. This was just the start, friends, because we were warming up Auntie and we were warming up ourselves, and we're going to keep this show growing and glowing and moving and grooving. And thank you for being the light. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Tell your